In what most would consider to be the biggest mystery in Red Dead Redemption 2, the Lemoyne Ghost Train, I think today we have our answer. After studying what limited information that is provided, literally a 20-second or so interaction all but once per each playthrough, I believe we have enough evidence to come to a conclusive theory to a topic that is often talked about but's not often theorized. Welcome to the video. You're listening to Phil of Philby Gaming. If you enjoy the following, be sure to hit like, subscribe if you haven't already, and share with those who you may feel would enjoy content such as this. Without further delay, let's begin with today's video. The Ghost Train of Lemoyne, the truth of what happened. So before we begin, firstly, we need the Ghost Train itself. In order to witness this one-time event per playthrough, we need to head to this location at the Welcome to Lemoyne sign and hang around between the hours of 2 and 4 AM. As you wait patiently, if your mount becomes skittish, that's an indication that the Spectre is fast approaching.
Easy now.
So before we delve into the specifics of the train and its actions, let's look at some earlier theories and why they wouldn't be applicable. Some believe that the train may have collided with another. This stems from the fact that during our playthrough in 1899, the trains travel in the opposite direction to the Ghost Train. This may simply be that over the course of time, train routes differ and alternate, and considering there's no recent newspaper articles concerning a train crash or that of any incident, we can safely rule this out. There's also links that this could be the work of the Strange Man, but I couldn't find a single shred of evidence to back this, so we'll take that one away too. Others say it's an Easter egg paying homage to the Final Fantasy franchise, and although this may be applicable, let's stick to the world of Red Dead. Some say it may have been derailed, and considering the fact that during the 1800s this wasn't uncommon, this could be the case, but I think it extends beyond that. And lastly, a popular theory is that the derailed train at Granite Pass is the Ghost Train, but considering that's a freighter and the Ghost one is a passenger train, we can rule that out also. Now that we've closed a few analyses, let's take a look at some of the facts we know, starting off with the location of its only appearance. Given the short distance, basically a few hundred yards in which it shows itself, we can safely assume that whatever happened at this location. But where was it travelling from? The two nearest train stations in its rear view are Rhodes and Saint-Denis respectively. Now Saint-Denis in particular is known for its inhabitants being relatively wealthy, something of which we'll come back to, but for now let's stick to the location of the incident. There are two cross paths very close to one another, right at the location where the Spectre appears, which I've pinpointed on the map. Now why are these two important? If we listen to the train's actions as it's about to cross each one, it's as if the engineer is reacting to something. Let's listen to the first. Hear how it blares its horn as it's about to meet with the first pathway. And now the second. Second time round, as it's about to cross the farther path, the engineer slams on the brakes. Now, as I give chase, the train disappears as it crosses the second pathway, further indicating that whatever the incident was, it happened within this short distance. But let's look at the surroundings instead of just looking at the track itself. There's a structure just off the railway bridge in between the two pathways, the Greenbank Watermill. This old rundown building hasn't been touched for some time, as we see indicated by the oxidization. But why? Was it simply because the area was struggling with a lack of rainfall, making the structure disposable and useless, or was something further afoot? This takes us to our theory as to what actually happened. Looking at the mill itself, the wall, or dam, or breakwater if you will, has been destroyed. Now some could put it down to the weather, but these thick walls are designed to sustain such forces. So what else could have caused this? Here's what I think happened. It was a pretty common heist technique to slow down a train before a robbery. I believe this was the work of bandits. Referring back to the two crossroads, I think the outlaws blew the wall in hopes of flooding the bridge, attempting to slow the train down, then set up some form of blockage at the secondary location to halt it entirely. This secondary is something similar to what we saw with the Vanderlyn gang themselves during the Pouring Forth Oil train heist, and as Arthur Morgan admitted, stopping the train is a pain in the rear end. The crew thought ahead on this, making it a two-step process. Their intentions, the requisition of the belongings of the rich and well-off citizens of Saint-Denis. When the driver saw the flooded bridge, he or she panicked and blasted the horn. To be honest, in that moment, what else are you gonna do? They couldn't really slam on the brakes due to the now flooded rail line, as this may have caused a derailment. So continuing on at full speed towards whatever obstacle it would meet at the second pathway, whether that be an oil tanker or something similar, it caused a great accident. This is why the spectral appearance finishes at that very point. Whatever it hit, potentially an explosive let's say, either blew the train apart or at the very least possibly derailed it, killing all souls on board. The bandits, realizing that this heist gone wrong had gone too far, may have fled the scene in fear, leaving those on board to succumb to the flames that engulfed their surroundings. And referring back to the Greenbank Mill, it's covered in black crows, which are considered a sign in various mythologies and spiritual traditions to be strongly associated with death and the afterlife, almost as if the crows are the reincarnation of the poor souls lost on that fateful day. Either that or Rockstar Games are running off the fact that ghost trains were a popular folklore during the era. Who knows? So what do you think of today's theory? Given the evidence provided, do you agree or disagree? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. As always, if you enjoyed what you saw today, be sure to hit like, hype it also, as apparently that's a new thing on this platform, subscribe if you haven't already, and share with those you may feel would enjoy content such as this. Thank you all for watching. You've been listening to Phil of Philby Gaming, and I'll see you in the next video.